Hey guys, it's Miss Liesenfeld. It's another new week. This is going into week 3 of our virtual learning. Yesterday we just had Easter, so happy Easter to you guys if I didn't say it to you already once, and that was yesterday. But we're going to move on. We're going to persevere. We're going to get through this week and have a great time with it. So let's start. I decided to take my lessons outside for a little bit. Miss Liesenfeld's been a little sick, and I needed to get outside, and I'm sitting on my porch. And you have Mr. Crow in the background making all this noise. So let's see if we can get through this and get through him making his little noise. And we're going to start by first telling you that you have like 4 or 5 different things that you're going to be doing this week. 4 of the things are basically something what we've done so far, which is our 2 ReDing, our social studies, your reading log, and that's the 4 things. The 5th thing is going to be your no red ink. I'm going to throw in a no red ink lesson because some of you need assistance when it comes to your reading grade, and we all know how to do no red ink. So your no red ink is going to be a 30-minute lesson, and I'm going to give you over 7 days to get it done. You all can do this, and you can do a good job at it. Okay, when you log into your Launchpad and you go on ReDing, because that is where your main core grade is coming from, you must do your path. Your path is your lesson assigned to you every week, 15 minutes a day for 3 days. 3 days. And those 3 days equal a total of 45 minutes for the week. Many of you are doing that. Good job. But I have some that just go right to the teacher lesson and don't even work on their path. Boys and girls, you have to work on your path. That's for us to look at. And if you're not doing well on your teacher assigned lesson, at least we can see that you're doing well on your path, and that too will help your grade. Let's look at our teacher assigned lesson for this week. Again, I'm going to go over some of it to make sure you understand what you have to do. As you can see, your teacher assigned lesson is going to be on compare and contrast stories in the same genre. There are 2 stories, Tiger in 10B and Mountain Lion Mystery. You have the 3 sections again. What does those 3 sections mean? Well, let's clarify that. You have those 3 sections. Do those 3 sections mean that you should be doing this lesson in 1 day? Absolutely not. Does that 3 section mean that you could finish it in 40 minutes? Absolutely not. Does that 3 section mean that you should be splitting it up into at least 3 days? Ding, ding, ding. Yes, that is what it means. I have a friend here to help us. This is Miss Muppet, and she's here to make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do by telling you, and she's here to help you out as well. She's going to be my little partner for today so that we can take us through our lessons. She's going to be watching to make sure that I'm doing my step-by-step with you as best as I can. Is that good, Miss Muppet? You pretty good with that? Okay, let's move on. So, Miss Muppet, how many days should I do this? 1? 2? Should I do 3 at least? 3 days at least on your teacher instructed lessons. Got it? Good? Okay, so your first part is read to understand. Read to understand will take you through the 2 texts that you have to read. Now, one question I had from a student last week was, Miss Liesenfeld, could I do read to understand and break it up into 2 days if there are 2 texts? Could I do the first text on 1 day and the second text the next day? My answer to that is yes, absolutely. But you only should be doing this part in either 1 or 2 days. Do not do the whole entire bar that's down here. It says it right here that this is your first read and you're supposed to take your time. So this is the first read of this story, Tiger in 10B. That's your 1 text that you're going to read as your closed reading. Your next text is also this one. So when I click it, I will see that it's Mountain Lion Mystery. That text as well is going to be used when you're comparing and contrasting the genre of the story. Just like last week, boys and girls, you're going to read, listen to the story, and then complete the task that's right here in the exclamation point. We are still on read to understand. We have not moved on, and we will not move on. This needs to be done for the two different stories of text. Okay, when you finish reading your first time, again, you'll see a screen that comes up that says like nice work, you completed a certain section, and then it would say like go home or continue. This one is done for the very last section, so I'm just showing you this. You are not continuing. Finish this section first. Notice these are already highlighted because I've actually done the entire lesson. I wanted to see how long it would take. And boys and girls, it takes a long time. It does not take 20, 30, 40 minutes. Please follow the directions. Please follow the steps. Please follow the time. Time is the biggest problem for some of you. Some of you just want to get it done. And that doesn't tell me or anybody looking at your iReady that you're understanding your lessons. Take your time. Miss Muppet, should they take their time? If they take their time, Miss Muppet, will they do well? Remember that. You will do well, boys and girls, if you take your time. Okay, so day 2, or you might do day 3, you will now be working on reading to analyze. This could be broken up, this first one, into 2 days if you want it, or just do 1 day. This is 1 day, and the last would be 1 day. It even says, ready for our second read. This is a time that you're going to keep track. She's going to keep track of how many questions you got right and how many you got wrong. This is the section, boys and girls, where your grade is mainly coming from. You must focus and do your best job at this section and the last section that says read to write. This is a snippet question on read to analyze. If you notice, the question looks a little different. Highlight it, and you have to respond by choosing the correct answer. Again, we are still on read to analyze. This would be a question that you would see for a grade. Take your time. All right, that should explain to you. Miss Muppet, what are you doing? Are you eating one of my eggs? Did you enjoy Easter? Please stop eating my eggs. You have now done 2 things. That would be your path and your iReady lesson. Those are 2 important things for the week. The next is your social studies. Again, your social studies is going to be week 25. It is actually a lesson still on government, and I know government is giving everybody a hard time and confusion, but I have reset the test for you in case you messed up. What's going to happen this week is that if you do not take your time, you do poorly, I will give you 1 chance to retake that test. That's it. You will not get multiple opportunities to go back and get a better grade. If you read the articles, if you read the bonus material, if you listen to everything, you should do a good job. If you email me and say, Miss Liesefeld, I don't get this, could you please help me? I will schedule a time that I can talk to you on the phone and we can discuss what you're not understanding. So if that's true, you'll do a good job. If you whip through it, like I always say, you just won't do a good job. Right, Miss Muppet? Okay, so they should do a good job, shouldn't they? We have faith in them? Good job. Here's what you're going to see for social studies, boys and girls. Now, once you're finished, then it will come up with that blue screen again saying nice work. It would tell you here how many total words that you wrote. As you see, I have 0 because I didn't write this response. And then it would say, what would you like to do? You will go home, and that means you're completely done. Your task bar on the bottom is complete. You have spent at least 3 days doing this entire lesson, and you did an awesome job. Your screen for Read to Write will come up, and there it says on your taskbar, now you're on Read to Write, Tiger in 10B. You'll be using both texts for your Read to Write.
It's time to answer one more big question. For this one, you need to write a longer answer. And as always, go back to the text to find evidence. Use these arrows to turn the pages.
That's these arrows right here. When I click off of there, then you'll be able to read the question, and then you'll go back and start typing in 2 paragraphs. It just keeps continuing. Do your best job. After you complete the Read to Analyze section, you can stop. You can move on the next day and complete the Read to Write section. That's right, Read to Write. Reading to Write will help you understand the big question. You will be reading to write 2 paragraphs, pulling information out of the text and proving your answer. You will have the very last page you come to, it will say how many pages you wrote, or actually how many words did you use. That will give you an indication as to if you are following along. The Read to Write section is a separate section graded from the comprehension, Read to Analyze. So you have 2 separate grades there, Read to Analyze and Read to Write. Read to Write is going to be looked at this week in detail for a grade. You understand that, Miss Muppet? So are they going to read to write? Very good. This week's lesson is why do we need government anyways? Again, the articles are on the side. You're going to scroll down and read all those. You're going to listen to the lesson. You're going to take your time and read. All these articles are different. Wow, there's one on Thomas Jefferson, and I know, boys and girls, I've discussed Thomas Jefferson with this class over and over, because you know I like Thomas Jefferson. Certain things about him. When you're ready, you will take the test. The test will not be available until Wednesday evening. You will not have the opportunity to pull it up until then. You are, however, able to answer these questions so that you can earn coins to play your little game with this rat guy over here. And you can do that every single week. And that gives you more and more coin power to build things and work with the rat and investigate all kinds of things when it comes to the government. Again, I know that government's not easy for everyone, but if you are stuck and have questions and concerns, email me, text me on the Remind app, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Now on to our reading log. I have almost everybody has done a great job on their reading log. They've taken the time to go in every single day, fill out their log, tell me what they're reading, and tell me how many pages. Simple grade, guys. Do it. Find your reading log. Here's how we do that again. Go to my webpage, and you're going to go up to the resources. So you find my webpage on your focus page on the bottom. Pull it up where it says webpage next to my name and find the resources. There's the reading log. I would click that, open up week 3, and of course your reading log will pop up with your name and the book. And you need to fill out this every day to get your 25 points. Starting this week, I am not reminding you. I will go in on Friday evening or Saturday and see if you did it. If you didn't do it, you're out 5 points for each day. This is your responsibility. This is week 3, and you can do this. Also on my webpage are readable things. There's the City of Ember, Among the Hidden, and a second book after the City of Ember called People of Sparks. You can use these for your reading log. As long as you go in, listen to them, read through it, do what you need to do, write it down. iReady, directions and explanations. Week 3 will be on there, just like the video that I'm showing you. And here's the YouTube. You click the YouTube, and that would pull up my videos. This was week 2's video, and then you'll see a new one here that says week 3, and that's what we're doing right now. And week 2 video, if I clicked it, guess what? There's my last week's video that would pop up. So there I am. So basically, that's last week's, and we're now on this week's. So those are the 4 main things that we do. The last thing I'm giving you is one that's going to help your grade and also help you with grammar. This is the no red ink assignments that we do during our school day or during our homework I've given you before, and you can do that no red ink. This is going to be about commas this week, commas on separating items in the series of events, between dates, between important clauses and phrases. There are many lessons that go with it. It's only a 30-minute lesson, has 4 different tasks you have to do, and I am putting it out there on Monday, and you're going to have it due by the next week. So you're going to have over a week to be able to do this. And this is something that you can do to help your grade. Let's show you where it's found. You should know already, but I'm going to go back and show you again in case you forgot. My friend Miss Muppet, you're there. You're helping us out. There is our launch pad. There is your no red ink. When you get to the no red ink, please click it, and it will open up your screen, and you will see commas practice. It's due on April 21st. So if I'm assigning it on the 13th, you have all the way until April 21st to get that done. When I click on the commas practice, it would show me a different screen than what you would see, and it would tell me who did what and when. And I have some people that have already done it, but let me show you what you'll see. You'll see the screen that says comma practice and of course begin, and then you'll start, and then it has these tasks that you have to do. Once you finish the first one, then you'll do the second and the third until you complete them. The begin button, this comes up, and this is your little lesson. The lesson says commas with the items in a series. So that gives you examples of how to put commas in when you have a series of events of things that you're talking about. This is the mini lesson that will help you. You just keep referring back to it. Finish the lesson, then you go and start your practice, and you'll click on your practice, and your practice is programmed towards you and whatever you put in at the beginning of the school year to help you get through with names and events and titles, something that's more personal to you. So no red ink is going to be one of those extra things that you can do, or actually you need to do, in order to help your grade. Again, you have over a week to get that complete, and you can do it. Right, Miss Muffet? So I have faith in all of you boys and girls that you can do such a good job. You've got your 2i ready, you've got your reading log, you have your social studies, you have your no red ink. And anyone who completes all of that and still is like, what can I do? Well, let me tell you, there are some things on your launch pad that you can go look at and practice and do some different activities with. And 2 of these things I'm going to show you right now in case you have extra time on your hands. So parents, if your child says, I'm done, I don't have to do anything, have them go and look at this stuff on their launch pad. On your child's launch pad, they have what's called Brain Pop. They could click on this Brain Pop guy, and there are activities that go with each subject matter. So when I click on it, I could pull up this screen, and this screen has activities in science, social studies, English, math, arts, health and science, engineering, tech, and new trendy things. They'll also have a video for the day. The video for the day is very helpful and beneficial, and they can play games, and they can do activities and learn and watch videos and all sorts of stuff that is academically set in their curriculum. This is one thing. Another thing is called PBS Learning Media. If they do not have that on their launch pad, they can launch that on by adding it to their plus sign at the top and put PBS Learning Media. When you click to the PBS Learning Media and I click on it, you'll have this screen come up, and this screen has all sorts of other academically supportive material for your child to view, learn, manipulate, all sorts of stuff. And it goes through all different subject areas. Great, interesting things to look at and to actually experience. On your child's launch pad, their alerts would come up over here where mine says Miss Liesenfeld. Their assignments will be on their launch pad here. This is what they'll see every week in their assignments there and what they need to do. Also in the middle, it will say Elementary Instructional Continuity Plan or Student Instructional Continuity Plan. Have them click on that. And the next screen will pull up some other things that they can look at, and actually some virtual videos or virtual field trips. This screen will come up when they click that, and it's the Elementary Instructional Continuity Plan. And up here in the corner, it says Student Resources. When you click on the Student Resources, virtual video or virtual field trips will appear. Your child can scroll through and look at some of these virtual field trips. There are museum field trips, adventures with family field trips, the Cincinnati Zoo field safari, farm trips. There are all sorts of virtual field trips that your child can go and use and view and just have a really good time learning new information. So what I just went through takes you through April 13th through the end of the week, the 17th. Some things are due also on the 21st. Your lesson for iReady is going to be due on the 19th. So it's going to be from a Monday until a Sunday. The only thing that's extra is the No Red Ink that's due on the 21st. Again, if you want to know those due dates, you need to go on to your Focus, look at your alerts page, and see the assignments as well as the due date off to the side. If you need more information, look on my webpage. My webpage has a lot of information you need, as well as my resources page. Miss Muppet, Easter was yesterday. Do you still like eggs? Should you be eating that? Miss Muppet, please put that away. I'm trying to talk to the boys and girls. I'm sorry. Miss Muppet just loves to share things with all boys and girls. So basically, boys and girls, I want to say that I am here for you. I want you to understand that if you get stuck with something, you need to email me. You need to text me on my text app. You have to understand too, I have office hours. My office hours for next week are from 9 o'clock, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 9 to 12. And at that time, I will either be on my computer, I will be emailing people, calling individuals, trying to teach lessons if you get stuck. If you do get stuck, email me and we'll schedule a time that I can meet with you and get a hold of you on the phone, and we can work together on the computer. That is no problem for me. I can try to work you in as best as I can. If you email me or send me a message after my office hours, I may not get back to you until the next day, and you have to realize that. If it's sometimes a text, I might get back to you immediately. But otherwise, once my day is over, my day is over, just like a regular school day. I start at 6 in the morning and I finish about 3 o'clock because I do have my own boys and girls at home that are also doing online learning, and they need my assistance too because I'm a mom as well. But I'm also your teacher, and I am there to help you as best as I can. If you get stuck, you can always phone a friend. Find a friend that you have that's in class. You might have their number. They might know something that I don't know. Or please, as always, your parent is there. They could possibly help you too. But if mom and dad get stuck, mom and dad, email me, text me, let me know that your child needs help. But again, it's during my office hours and during my normal school day. I also want to tell you that a lot of you are actually doing a great job. You actually are surprising me at getting these assignments done, and I know it's not easy for you. So keep up the good work. Let's get through this next week because I know we can, and let's all make sure that we do the best that we can do, because that's all I'm asking you to do is do your very best. Thank you very much, boys and girls, for letting me come in again and talk to you. Thank you for listening to this video. And if you have any other questions, you can always rewind this and watch it again. We'll see you next week. Oh, there's Miss Muppet. There she is. She'll see you too. And we'll see you and hope you do a great job this week, boys and girls. Have a good one. Bye. We love ya.